Hello happy souls, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Twins 1111. Welcome back, and welcome back to me, welcome back to you, welcome to all of my new subscribers. It's lovely to be here. I apologise for my absence. I've just been taking some downtime to kind of move through these very weird transitional energies. I'm sure you're feeling it too. It's been such a strange winter for me. Anyway, let's do this. We're asking today, what does your person need to say to you the most? These are urgent channeled messages from your person. And I've got 3 piles for you to choose from. There'll be extended readings today as well. The first pile is the She-Wolf Tarot with Caribbean Calcite. The second pile is the Apparition Tarot with Fire and Ice Quartz. The third pile is the Moonchild Tarot with this Bumblebee Jasper. So take your time choosing a pile. There's no right or wrong way. As always, just see which one you're drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one pile, it just means there's messages from more than one pile for you. So timestamps are in the description box below, and I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the She-Wolf Tarot with Caribbean Calcite. And we are asking today, what would your person like to say to you the most? These are messages from your person, from their higher self. What do you need to know the most? What do they need to say to you the most? We're going to pull a ton of oracle cards. We're going to get some charms as well. There will be extended readings today, but whilst I'm shuffling, just hold in mind the person you're inquiring about. Ask for a sign as well. I think that's useful in any reading to ask for a sign. That could be an animal, an object, a symbol, a word, a phrase, a place, numbers, anything that feels right to you. And hopefully that sign will appear in the reading for you. I guess it just helps to validate the message. Okay, so the She-Wolf Tarot. I love this deck. What does your person want to say to you? What is that urgent message to you, pile 1? We've got the 9 of Swords, the Chariot, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and the 6 of Wands. We've got Lost in reverse. We've got Mercury in reverse. We've got the Page of Cups in reverse. And we've got the 2 of Cups. These are very frenetic energies for you, pile 1, like it feels chaotic, like there's a lot going on. I'm going to get some oracle cards as well. I'm going to start off, this is the Vessel Oracle. We've got fire, anxiety, forgive. And I'm going to get some of these out as well. This is the Spirit Animal Oracle. That's the Mouse Spirit. The Moth Spirit. Okay. Right. Pile 1. Your person is in a really difficult place. And they want to apologise because I feel their behaviour has been very erratic, very unpredictable. You may have been thinking, you know, what the hell is going on? This person's up and down, back and forward, in and out. Very confused energy. But then with the 9 of Swords being the first card out here, can't pick it up. I want you to look at this card. The 9 of Swords is traditionally a card of stress. It's a card of mental torment, sleepless nights, and you can see how it's depicted here. This is a very twinny image, and what I'm hearing is this person really is tortured by the thought of you and by the energy of you. I feel like this person is involved with someone else and they've chosen someone else. And I know this is very, very painful for you, but this person's really trying very hard to resist the energy of this connection. And they can't. And it's really wrapped up with so much guilt and shame. It's the lust. This, more than anything, this fire that they feel. I've got Leo energy here as well. You know, there's so much fire, there's so much passion here. And this person, it's like they just can't, what's the word? They can't put the fire out. You know, in real terms, this person can't put the fire out. Every second of every day, you are in their thoughts, in their mind. But because their heart space is blocked, you know, they're not connecting with this at emotional level. They just know that they can't stop thinking about you. They see it as very lustful and an intense chemistry, and they're wondering why after all this time it's still not gone away. And at this point, they just want it to stop. They want to move on with their life. It may have been a really long time since you two had any stable communication as well. But they need you to know that this is torture for them also. That they think about you in the same constant way. And it's, you know, there's fire. There's real fire beneath that. But I do feel that this person is in another relationship. And so they're refusing to surrender to this ever-present energy that just rises up in them and it's connected to you. The Chariot card here, you know, they want you to know as well that this is part of their journey. You know, I want you to see this card again close up. This is a very powerful image for the Chariot, because we have this very naked and vulnerable person looking off into this empty landscape where there's these moons and these pillars. The 3 pillars represent divine feminine energy. The Chariot is all about divine intervention, drive, ambition, forward movement and momentum. But look how vulnerable this person feels. And they're connecting themselves to the pillars. They're staying on the ground. They're refusing to step out into this new landscape, even though the moon is trying to trigger their intuition and guide them forward. So, you know, this person's stuck right now. They can see what's on the other side of this energy, and they are very resistant to take steps towards it. We've got this moth energy, this surrender now energy, and I do feel like, you know, this person's going through this dark night of the soul because their higher senses, their spiritual being, their soul is waking up, and they're refusing to surrender to this energy. You know, with the moth spirit, I really feel, especially this being a number 4 card, the mouse, that they just try and stay grounded. They try and connect to what's stable, what's real, which is, you know, work, family, home, distracting themselves from this ever-present pull in your direction. And I do feel for this person. I know it might be hard for you to hear it, part 1, but, you know, this person they can run, but they can't hide from you. But they're trying to run from this energy, and they can't. And it's torture for them. You know, they want you, but it's this deep, soulful part of them that wants you, that just won't be silenced. You know, their ego self, their mind, just wants everything to be normal. They want to stay where they are and get on with their life. I feel what they resist the most is communication, and this is why you felt this in and out energy. 1 minute they're there, the next minute they're disconnected, and Mercury is about to go retrograde as well. So this being, you know, in reverse, this person feels this magnetism and this longing to communicate with you. They need to know that those impulses are the same for them, but, you know, they try very hard to resist this, even though it's mental torture for them as well. This Ace of Wands in reverse as well. For me, this is like that lust card in reverse, and again further demonstrates their resistance. We've got the Page of Cups in reverse here as well. This is about messages, affection, you know, opening up romantically, and the impulse is there, but that energy is blocked. They are so reluctant to do it. What's really beautiful is, you know, beneath all of this chaos and this frenetic energy and this resistance and this running from their own inner impulses, you know, they do allow themselves to kind of daydream. They allow themselves to dream about victory. I feel like this person knows that there's a spiritual connection between you. There's definitely some sense of knowing here, some understanding. And it's this that terrifies them. It's not so much that they're not ready to move towards you and a romantic relationship, although, as I said, I feel like your person is probably already in one. But it's that they know that the intensity and depth of this relationship with you is going to carry them to a new place. And that's very overwhelming and intimidating. And they're not sure that they're ready to transform their life in that way. I'm really moved by the energy of resistance, like it's strong. You know, when, I don't know, someone that's scared of heights, if you could imagine them up in a plane about to jump, about to skydive, and that feeling of apprehension, waves of resistance that you feel, that hesitancy in that final moment, you know you've got to jump, but there's this fear in you that's so strong. It's that energy. This person is so scared to take that leap, and they pull back with everything they've got. It's such strong resistance. And yet I feel like the energy which provokes them to change, to move forward, to step into this new landscape is relentless. And this is why it's so torturous. It just comes at them. We've got this anxiety here. You know, again, feeling trained, feeling trapped, feeling like they don't have a choice. And look at this, you know, the key is actually here. But in their terror, in their fear, in their anxiety, they're not picking up the key. You know, they're not ready to release themselves. And they are sorry. You know, they feel the force and power of your light, of your love. I do feel like this person is ashamed as well. There's so much shame coming through here for how they've treated you. They know that this wild, unpredictable to and froing must be really hard for you. And part of them is really ashamed. But I'm hearing they're also impressed at how much you've taken this in your stride. They're shocked that you do still kind of interact when they do reach out, and that you haven't kind of torn a piece off them. It feels like you've been very, very patient with this person. So what else do they need you to know? This is the whispers of, Wisdom of the Oracle deck. All the decks I use are listed in the description box below. Co-create, to the sea, and imagine. And this deck, this is the secret language of light. This is a gift from Joy. She's a journey in light. If you haven't checked out her channel, please do. I'll link to it in the description box below. She's fabulous, but she's an absolute sweet treat, and she sent me these. So thank you, Joy. Okay, what have we got here? Soul name, soul love, and inner voice. So this person hears you, and I think this is what's kind of torturous. As I said, they feel the depth of your connection. They feel telepathically, astrally connected to you. They are in you and you are in them. And right now, you know, this is very intense and scary for this person. This soul love, soul name, and inner voice. You know, I'm hearing with soul love just one. I really think this person recognizes the nature of this connection. And soul name, it's like you see them. You see the truth of who they are. You see them beyond this 3D aspect of self. I do think the message, though, there's a message here. There's a message here about recognizing the value of where you'll reach at in your 3D journey. I do think, again, with this chariot energy and the 2C, the number 7, you've got 2 number 7s here, this divine number, and the solitary nature of both of these images, that you guys aren't meant to be together right now. You know, this person is saying to you that we are meant to be separated right now. And, you know, one of them's a cheater. Just thought it was quite funny with the whole karmic situation. And one of them here is the wise owl that's learning to stay balanced on the tightrope, learning to be aligned, learning, you know, to have a higher perspective. And it's really interesting that it appears here not to have a detailed perspective of the other energy. Now 4 is divine masculine energy. It's balance, harmony and stability. And I just feel like, you know, from these different vantage points, from these different places, you are co-creating a better way forward. You're laying foundations, but you have to keep moving. You know, you're not supposed to stay still in this place with them. It feels like you're so determined to observe them and to see what's happening that you're not moving along your own path. They're asking you to continue moving forward to the sea. And this is about exploring your emotional depths as well. But, you know, you can see here that this owl is fixated on the cheetah, but the cheetah is looking away. You know, and there's this egg incubating in the background. That from your solitary vantage points, you know, each of you is co-creating the future that you two are going to share later. And you've got to let go of what that looks like. From here, you can't see it. You don't have that perspective. And I'm hearing that there's a very heavy focus in your situation on the karmic relationship, almost an obsession. They're asking you to release the bitterness, the frustration, the anger that they've chosen someone else, to recognize and accept that this is just part of their journey. You know, it's nothing to be resented, and you need to face those emotions that come up in you when you obsess about this karmic situation they're in. It really isn't healthy for you to keep thinking about what's going on between them, speculating about it. I know it's comforting when you get these messages that perhaps it's all going awry and they're not getting on, and, you know, they hate each other and it's toxic and it's definitely karmic. And you've got to understand that that's not a healthy form of comfort for you to seek. And you need to address the wound at the core of your desire to seek that specific type of comfort. Right now, I'm hearing that you are focusing so much on them, their situation, their journey, that, you know, you're drifting rather than moving at a reasonable pace towards where you need to be. You're not being honest with yourself about how stuck you are. It's like rowing through mud is what I'm hearing, because of the energies you're choosing to indulge and engage in as far as this karmic situation is concerned. There's a big, deep message here to recognize that it is safe to detach and let go, and to allow them to have their experience while you have yours. There is a deep soul love here. Listen to your inner voice and your inner truth. You don't need anyone else to confirm this. You don't need the label. You don't need to keep seeking answers. You just need to go within and listen to yourself. This is where the answers are. And when I say looking outside of self, I feel like, again, this is someone who's using their psychic ability or powers to seek information which is ultimately not serving them. Rather than turning the focus inwards and focusing on the inner voice that's there to nurture self, you know, they're looking outwards to see what's happening in the external circumstances that they desperately, you know, want to, I guess, deep down control in some way. But you can relax. This is a deep soul love. Okay, this person is going to find their way back to you, but you do have to recognize divine timing here. You know, tend to the small things, which is what they're doing. There's lots of 4 energy here asking you to focus on your material world and to start building healthy lifestyle routine for yourself is what I'm hearing. But yeah, soul name and soul love. You know, this is a number 1 and a number 33 divine feminine energy. This person wants you to know that they feel this. They feel the depth and intensity of this love. And yes, it's real, but it doesn't serve you to keep your focus on them right now. They are very tangled up and very resistant to this. And they're explaining that you're keeping yourself stuck by focusing on them. They're not going to become unstuck until you become unstuck. So I'm going to get some guidance cards to you before we wrap this up and move this over to the extended reading. The extended, I want to go deeper. I want to look at how they're feeling and what their intentions are and so forth. What's their final words to you? What do they want to say the most? Do you know what? I've missed this energy of imagining, but I feel like there's more to come. It's about manifesting and creating from truth and authenticity. It gets better. Begin. And endurance. So really interesting energies to come up here given what we've discussed. So, you know, this energy of co-creation coming up with imagining. And this is the number 20, or the number 2, the number of the High Priestess. We've got the moon here, and we can see this kind of ripple of water. And then this person that's kind of tugging at the moon here. You know, they're creating all of this symmetry and perfect light. They are using their intuition in a very authentic, truthful, wise way. So I feel like your person's saying, you know, you need to harness the energy and the tools you already have access to and begin focusing on yourself. And you think you've done this already, pile 1. You think you have been focused on yourself. But I think if you're really honest with yourself, you recognize how much time you spent being focused on those external things, particularly the karmic situation that doesn't help you. This is an abuse of your gift because it's ego-driven questions and guidance that you're seeking. You're being asked to begin in your heart space again, to let the love expand out from there and to trust that this does get better. There are so many helping hands that are helping you heal your heart through this. You know, so many people that are here for you. You're being asked to step into gratitude and recognize the blessings that are available to you. I do feel with all these helping hands here in this 6, the number of love, that if you haven't, or if you do feel alone, if you do feel like, you know, there's no one that quite understands, make sure you join my Facebook group. It's a networking and support group for ascending souls and twin flames. But, you know, I'm hearing there is so much support for you. But yeah, this is about endurance. You know, this is about using your faith to literally prop up this foundation of belief, to imagine that way forward, to trust your inner voice to carry you there. You know, your person wants you to be well. This energy, even though they're wrestling against themselves, there's this kind of message here that I feel like your chaotic mind, your focus on them is contributing to the frenetic nature of the energy. You're both in it. It takes, you know, 2 cooks to spoil the broth. I don't know if that's even a quote or a saying. I've probably got that wrong. But, you know, this isn't one or the other person, you know, creating the imbalances in this connection. This is both energies creating the bit in the middle, the whirlwind in the middle, the storm in the middle that feels so unsettled. They're asking you to recognize your part in it and to keep going, to trust in the forward momentum of the journey, to remember you have access to this love and high guidance. So I really hope that was helpful for you, pile 1. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Let me know in the comments down below if this did resonate for you. I'd love to hear from you guys. And don't forget to make a note of which pile you've watched, because if you're drawn back to this video at a later date, it really helps to know which pile you've seen already. YouTube does tend to recommend these videos in perfect divine timing for you, and of course they are timeless. So I'm going to take this over to the extended. The links to that are in the description box below. Hopefully you will join me there, but if not, thank you so much for tuning in today. If you did enjoy the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so I can see you next time. Lots of love. Bye. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Apparition Tarot with this beautiful fire and ice quartz. I'm going to bring it up to you. I don't know if the video will catch all the rainbows in it, but it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, we're asking today, what are the love messages from your person? What do they need you to know? What does their higher self need you to know about them, about this connection? Let's have a look, see. And whilst I'm shuffling, hold your person in mind, you know, the person you're inquiring about. Ask for a sign as well. Sometimes it can really help to ask for a sign. It helps to really validate or anchor the message for you. It could be anything. It could be an animal, a place, a name, a symbol, a series of numbers, a phrase, an object of some kind, anything that feels right and proper to you. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to get some oracle cards and charms as well. There will be an extended reading today. Let's see how this goes. Right, pile 2. We've got the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Knight of Cups in reverse, 6 of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Page of Cups, The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. The King of Pentacles in reverse. And the Six of Pentacles. My goodness. Do you know, I feel like I'm picking up on your energy, like viewer energy more. And this is a very painful situation. I feel like there's been a tremendous amount of challenging darkness. We've got begin, abundance, and change. And I'm going to get some from Spirit Animal Oracle as well. We've got the Scarab Beetle Spirit. And the Dove Spirit. Okay. Part 2. What does your person want you to say? What does your person want to say to you? What they really need you to know? I feel like there has been a great deal of time that has passed between you and this person. I feel like you haven't actually communicated for a really long time, and I'm feeling the heaviness, the weight of that upon you, because it makes you feel crazy. And so the first thing this person wants to say to you is, I feel it too, and it's okay. But they're also saying to you that this can't work right now. It may be that this person isn't working right now as well. Certainly their material world does not leave room for romantic interactions or romantic notions. You know, it feels like there isn't even enough space in this person's heart or head for this, for you, for anyone in a romantic way. What's really lovely about this is this Page of Cups energy. Even though this person is steadfastly refusing to communicate, to come forward, this Page of Cups does demonstrate that optimism and that lovely energy of impulse, of daydreamy crush, kind of pleasant feelings. And they're very immature, almost childlike, nostalgic feelings that they don't really give a lot of... what's the word? They don't indulge. They don't allow themselves to indulge these feelings very often, but they're there. It's kind of sloshing around, and they're there, and they do feel you. I feel like this person knows you are soulmates, or perhaps you have told them. But again, you know, with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, got the Knight of Cups in reverse here as well, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. It's their material world that is challenging right now. They need you to understand that there is no space in their life for love, for romance, for relationships, or to entertain the idea of you or anyone else. So there's a very firm message here that this isn't about you. And I feel like you've reached out to this person many times and been rejected many times. And so this has compounded that feeling of madness. But this person just needs you to know, I feel you too. I know that we are soulmates. You know, I do have these feelings, but they're very deeply buried. I'm not able to reach out. This Knight of Cups in reverse, I'm not able to take action. My material world doesn't support union with you or anybody right now. They don't feel like they have anything to give in love. And with this Queen of Swords energy, I'm hearing that this is such an interesting card for the Queen of Swords. You can see here this crown, this little fire and this sword, and then this heart with a little butterfly. The butterfly is a symbol of transformation, the crown a symbol of enlightenment and truth, and the sword a symbol of truth and authenticity. So I feel like they're undergoing this transformation, but the Queen of Swords is a very mental energy. You know, the Queen of Swords is someone that does not interact a great deal with their heart, and this is what I'm feeling is happening here with your person. You know, the only emotion that's coming through is very gentle and soft and light-hearted. It's not all the heavy energy, it feels is concealed, buried deeply. I do think, again, money, this person's very ashamed about their lifestyle right now. You know, I don't think they see themselves as worthy of romantic interactions. And so there's a lot of masculine ego coming through here as well. And your person asking you to say, you know, I still see myself as needing to be a certain way to fit in with this world and to be deserving of love. And I'm not in that energy. You know, they don't have what they think they need to be able to have that new beginning. But from where you are, without communication for so long, you have this tendency to internalize and obsess, and on the assumption that it must be because of you, that this rejection is very personal. So it feels like this is what your person's asking you to see above all else, that it's not personal, that it's not you, you know, that there is more going on in their life and that it's not you. You know, that they really need you to understand that it's not you, and that you must stop creating so much trauma and pain for yourself by labouring under that false illusion. Magic works through you, and be peace. I feel like your person's saying, you know, that you've got to recognise the power you have to create stillness and to create the co-create the future that you want. A part of you feels very stuck. And they're saying that you wring your hands and you get very stressed and you end up shouting and then feel guilty because you've lost your temper. And it's this vicious cycle of irritability that you've got yourself into lately, being really frustrated with yourself, with this journey, with them. Lots of hateful, angry energies coming up. But they're reminding you that you do have the power to be peace. They're saying, this is number 21, it's divine feminine energy. They're saying, you know how to be a divine feminine. You know how to be still and to be aligned and to be peaceful and to be calm. You know how to give yourself that respite. And there's a real energy of indignance behind this. Why aren't you doing this for yourself? They're asking. You know, why are you not loving yourself this way and giving yourself this gift of peace that you know how to do? The magic works through you. You know, again, this is number 7 energy, divine energy. They're reminding you of your divinity and your power, and they're confused as to why you're not using it to your advantage. They're asking you to begin now, to recognize that only you can create a cycle of change. I feel like because it's been so long, this, again, it compounds the frustration, but I'm trying so hard. I'm trying to heal myself. I'm trying to focus on me. And then there's this voice in the background saying, I can't do it. It's never going to work for me. This is rubbish. This is never going to happen for me. I'm so stuck. I'm so stuck. I'm so stuck. But the more you start over again every day, this is about new beginnings and recognizing that any moment is good for a new beginning, that you can fall off the wagon and have a wobbly moment and you can bring yourself back and start again. You know, but what you mustn't do is fall off the wagon, land in the mud and stay there and then roll around in it feeling sorry for yourself. Oh, I'm in the mud again. I feel so crap again. This journey's awful. You've got to wash yourself off and get back on the wagon and keep moving, even if it takes you a while. But you're being asked to recognize that you do have the skills, you do have the tools you need to move forward. But change has to be a conscious decision. You've got to make that new beginning every time. You've got to get back on the wagon. And to recognize that you are blessed. I mean, you don't feel abundant. You don't feel like this journey has been kind to you. You're not recognizing all of the blessings and all of the growth and all of the beautiful things that have happened to you and for you as a result of this journey. So you're really being asked to step into gratitude, you know, to recognize the power in doing that as well, the power in you. I feel like your person is frustrated with you as much as you are them. They're saying that you're not recognizing your role as a divine feminine, that's to light the path, to keep moving forward, illuminating the path as you go, and to trust they'll catch up, you know, not to get stuck and fixated on where are they? Why aren't they coming back? Why aren't they speaking to me? Why don't they want me? You know, these are such negative things, and you've got to turn your attention away when that impulse strikes you and begin again. Get back on the wagon and keep moving. You are the power to create change. Time to go. Unfinished symphony. Between worlds and the here and now. I'm going to get some more animal cards as well. I feel like we need them for you. We have got the squirrel spirit, another butterfly, and the seahorse spirit. So this feels like very encouraging energy. This feels like really encouraging energy. I feel like your person is a lot more spiritually aware than you often realise. And I think they're asking you to understand that the difficulties and the challenges and the discomfort you feel in this forward movement, it's like being on a really long, uncomfortable boat journey. You know, where you feel nauseous and you can't see land and it seems to go on forever and ever and ever, but there's still, even though it's so uncomfortable, there's this lovely sense of anticipation as to where you're going to. They're asking you to keep looking forward. You know, this between worlds energy is very divinely feminine. It's number 3, you know, coming out of the dark into the light, to trust that everything is going to be illuminated, that things are going to feel more vibrant and satisfying and fulfilling when you go. Time to go. It's time to move on. It's time to get back on your path and charge forward, to get back on the wagon and start making movements. You know, your person's asking you to recognize that, you know, this is an unfinished symphony between you. It's not over. And I know there's been such a long gap between you guys, and that can feel so challenging, but it's not over. You know, you are finding your way back to one another, but right now you're transitioning out of their energy. You need to leap forward. We've got this energy of presence again. I'm really drawn back to the dove of peace, which is also a number 3 energy. This is number 5, which is the energy of change and higher learning. And this is about the present, the here and now. You can see these little signs pointing into the past, into the future. And this flag says, you are here. You know, so this is about grounding yourself in the now. You know, stop trying to fret about the past and what went wrong. And I feel like you may have argued with this person, so there's so much left unsaid, which has also made this really challenging for you. But you're being asked to just focus on where you are and allow yourself to be where you are. Stop wishing you were somewhere else. Stop wishing your life away. You know, rejecting your present. The present is a gift. There's definitely a real need to be more aware, to be more aware of who you are and what you've got and what you're doing, and to stop presenting this journey. You know, this person's, it feels like they're indignant and they're frustrated because they're saying that what's being shared with you today isn't the stuff that you don't know. It is stuff that you know, but you have to work at creating that change and integrating that knowing so it can become being. And you do that in the present by focusing on the now. No, stop wishing you were somewhere else in the future, but concentrate. Recognize that this is where your power is. It's in the now. This person believes in you. They believe in you, and I feel like they're watching you more than you realize as well. This person's constantly, you know, catching updates on you, following what you're doing, feeling their heart lifted, feeling themselves pulled into new energies and new journeys of inner learning and exploration. I'm finding that you've inspired this person to read. You inspired them to find out more about who they are in their own world and what interests them. You know, this butterfly spirit has come up twice for you. Transformation is beautiful. And again, with this between worlds, this unfinished symphony, so many eggs coming up in your reading as well, the energy of creation. And it just feels like this person does believe in you. They believe in this transformation. And this is the number 11 energy. You know, this is about trusting you to spread your wings and fly, but you don't trust you. You know, your focus is so much on them that you're not recognizing when you put it back on yourself and learn to trust yourself, learn to fly, that everything starts happening for you. You know, that's where you find abundance, that's where you find satisfaction, and that's where everything starts moving in the right direction for you. So what's their final guidance for you before I take this over to the extended reading part 2? We're going to use these cards. This is the Secret Language of Light deck. This was a gift from Joy, who is the beautiful reader over A Journey in Light. If you've not checked out her channel, please do. She's absolutely fab. Right, we've got Inward Revolution. This also came out for pile 1. We've got Healing. And we have got Wellness. I'm going to get some charms for you as well. Right, a random piece of paper with nothing on it. Oh, I'm going to keep that actually. That feels, I don't know how that got in there, but it feels significant. Living in perpetual sin. The Game Boy. The little FBI badge. This is like a Simpsons thing. It's got like a Simpsons version of Fox Mulder in there. So hopefully that means something to you. I think there's such an interesting one to come up. I always see it as investigative energies, of course. But we've got 3 of Swords there. The Bumblebee. And that I need my space. So I feel this person, you know, is reminding you that, you know, this separation is purposeful, that it's more collaborative than you would believe. I feel like this Queen Bee energy is a message for you though. The bee has been a constant power animal for me this year, and if you guys caught up with my community post on YouTube yesterday about the hexagons and powerful sacred geometry here with the bee, it's a very powerful message of teamwork, leadership, and obviously making the honey. You know, honey is something sweet and valuable, rich in love and camaraderie, teamwork. So I think they're asking you to recognize here that you are in this together, but that you're this Queen Bee. You know, this inward revolution, this healing and this wellness, this is where your focus needs to be. These are all self-focused energies. I feel like the light images here might be very triggering for you. I'm going to bring them very close. These are perhaps what you see when you're meditating or working on your own energy. This transference of light, this movement of light. The blank paper is a blank message. You know, for me, this is saying, I don't have anything to say right now, and it's not personal. I just need my space. You know, I'm going through my own things. This FBI stuff, I mean, it may be that they have a career in the police force, that there's a powerful sign for you, or in the FBI, whatever. But I'm really feeling like, again, this investigative energy, you know, I feel like this really goes to show how much they are snooping at you. And I think they may actually know more about your connection because of the nature of what you've been doing online. But they need you to know it hurts them too. But, you know, they've still got unhealthy patterns and addictions and habits that, you know, would mean that they can't come forward in an honest and real way right now. You know, they're still transforming. I'm hearing that they wouldn't be a healthy person for you to be around now. And they're, you know, this person's choosing to be cruel to be kind. And so it may feel very harsh that they're not responding, and they're sorry that they don't cause you pain. But I'm really hearing they've got nothing healthy to say that's going to be productive or helpful. Your focus needs to be on this inward revolution, this inner healing. And again, this is number 5 energy, the energy of transformation, change, and, you know, wellness, self-care. So I really hope this helps. Part 2. It was lovely as always to read for you. I'm going to take this over to the extended. We're going to take a deeper look at this person's feelings, what their intentions are, and what else you need to know from their higher self about how to move this connection forward for the highest good of both of you. So if you enjoyed this, you can find the links to the extended in the description box below. But thank you for joining me here today. It's a pleasure as always to read for you. Please do hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and if you would like to see more content like this, don't forget to hit subscribe so that we can be friends, and I will see you next time. Lots of love, part 2. Bye. Hello, part 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Moonchild Tarot and this beautiful star-shaped bumblebee jasper. Right, let's give these a good shuffle. We are asking today, what does your person need to say to you urgently? What's the urgent message from your person, from their higher self? What do they need you to know the most? See what's coming through here. Whilst I'm shuffling, make sure you hold in mind the person you're inquiring about, and ask for some signs as well. Ask the universe for a sign. It could be an object, an animal, a space, a place, anything at all that feels right to you. Numbers, a phrase. Okay, so let's do this. What does your person need to say to you, part 3? There will be an extended reading today as well. And we are doing charms and we're doing oracle cards. Make sure you make a note in the comments of the pile that you've chosen. because YouTube has a habit of spitting these readings out again at a later date for you to watch again. All in divine timing, of course, and they are timeless readings. Okay. Moonchild Tarot. We've got the Seven of Wands in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse, the Four of Wands, and the Moon in reverse. Got Strength in reverse, the Two of Wands, Five of Cups in reverse, and the Eight of Wands. I'm going to get some of these oracle cards out as well. This is the Vessel Oracle. We've got self-care, power, and healing. And from the Spirit Animal Oracle, all the decks I use are listed in the description box below. I'm just going to come round because I can't see. There we go. Just figure out where the camera end is. Oh, Coyote Spirit. And, oh, the Whale Spirit. Beautiful. Well, pile 3. These are very pensive, very calm energies that I have for you here from your person. That's the energy they're bringing. It's the energy of calm. And I feel like you're in a calmer place as well. Seven of Wands in reverse, clarified by strength. This person's been quiet. You may have wondered what's going on in their head, what they're thinking, because they're not giving much away. This feels like someone who's kind of battened down the hatches, locked up shop, very much gone inwards. And it's because they feel so vulnerable. This person feels like they told you some stuff that's opened this can of worms. They've shared something and it's made them retreat because they're scared. All of that courage and strength they thought they had has just kind of melted away, and now they feel exposed and they feel vulnerable. They've exposed a part of themselves that makes them feel so very weak. I'm hearing that they trust you with this information, but they can't help feel this kind of squirming energy to the pit of their stomach when they think about it. They think about how you might perceive it and what you think of it. They knew you were soulmates anyway, but they don't remember. There's this energy of you remembering, you being awake, you recognizing what's happening, and them being consciously aware of it. That's to say, you know, they know, but they can't integrate it. I'm hearing that they choose you and that they couldn't not choose you. They've never really been able to let you go either, and they need you to understand that just because they don't remember doesn't mean they don't feel the depth of this connection. We've got this Four of Wands energy as well, which does make me think that maybe you've spoken about the twin stuff with this person or the soulmate stuff. Trust in divine detours and trust in the great mystery. Whale spirit is big. There's big love in this connection. There's big love from your person. I'm hearing it's coming towards you. There's so much truth that's being unraveled right now in this person's consciousness, in their sense of knowing, trusting the great mystery. It feels like even though they're absolutely terrified of this kind of very spiritual concept, their essence has kind of opened up to receive it. Just a chink, just enough for it to start moving in and around them. They're letting go of grief as well. One of the reasons that they've been detached from you in the past, I'm hearing one of the reasons that they've been so separate from you in the past is because that they were grieving for love lost, love already lost. They were mending a broken heart. They were trying to move on from someone else. And it was an all-encompassing grief. There's trust here. Trust comes up twice. And I feel this. I feel that they trusted you with information, and now that it's out there, it's kind of a seed was planted. It's like that, if you imagine their psyche as the earth's crust, it kind of opened up to receive this seed of information, and now it's growing. But it needs to grow in peace and in solitude. When you plant a seed, you don't keep disturbing the earth to see what's happening, to see if it's actually growing. You just leave it alone. And so this is why they've been very quiet. The seed has taken root. The moon in reverse really demonstrates how fearful they are. And with the 8 of Wands, this is that fast-moving, incoming truth, energy and intuition. This is what's really rattled them at their core. It's a bit like a soul shock, to be honest. I feel they've had this kind of soul shock, this dramatic shift and change. But I do feel this is a positive time for both of you. This energy of divine detours with the Coyote energy, power, healing, self-care. I feel like you've been independent of one another, but you've both been fairly comfortable in that. Because there is this big love, this trusting in the great mystery. It definitely feels like you, the viewer, have stepped into faith. You're listening to the song that's in your heart, in your soul. And so you're trusting as well. And your trust is what's enabled their trust. So they're asking you not to be disheartened by this sudden closing down of communication. It's just a cycle that needs to be moved through, and it's going to be okay. As I said, it definitely feels like this seed is really taking root. It's growing. They've already made a decision. There's just this kind of very still, very calm energy now. I'm really noticing as well how the water in all of these cards is very still and gentle. The journey's slow and very gentle right now. There's a lot of healing happening, trust in this divine detour. For the viewer, there may be this void energy that I'm picking up as well, which is where you feel strangely detached and kind of, carefree and having released control. This is the energy of having released, and they're very proud of you for holding that space, holding that power, holding that energy, because it's what's allowing them to be still right now. These energies could be really uncomfortable if both of you were kind of, I think if the divine feminine wasn't leading with this stillness, it would have whipped up, somewhat of a storm. It feels like, you've almost gilded the path forward, illuminated the path in such a gentle, inviting way, and you're just kind of bobbing along so nicely. These are really beautiful energies, pile 3. I have to say, really, really beautiful energies. Let's get some oracle cards out for you. This is the wisdom of the oracle. What else does your person need to say to you? Building blocks. Blessed. A change in the wind. Truth be told. Truth has been a common theme in all the connections today, in all the readings, all the messages. Truth, authenticity. I feel like there's definitely a collective shift with this. Everyone, even though they may be in different ways, building a foundation. This has really come through, this idea of being exactly where you're meant to be, trusting in the process, trusting in this divine detour. And it feels like you are trusting, and this is why you're flowing with it. The whale has the biggest heart in all of the animal kingdom. And for those of you looking for signs, you've got lion down here as well. Leo energy. The zebra. The Harris hawk. It could be a falcon. You've got wolves down there and falcons and hawks again, and the ram's head. So, yeah. Building blocks. And this is a number 10. 28 reduces to 10, the energy of completion, one cycle coming to a close and a new one beginning. And it feels like, you've kind of crossed a bridge, both of you. It feels like nothing much is happening because, you know, on the surface it's also still. But like that seed, you know, so much is going on beneath the ground, and this beautiful foundation is being co-created by both of you. This is a time of infinite blessings, and a number 22 card, which is all the power and energy of intuition and emotion and divine femininity, but with stability in that. So again, this foundation in your divinity. And I just feel like you've worked so hard for this divine feminine. You know, that you're finally listening. There's a fairy here. You're finally listening to your own truth. There's a strong energy of a visionary here as well, like prophetic visionary, perhaps artistic visionary as well. They're asking you to continue with the art projects you've either started or had in mind. For some of you, a change in the wind is coming. And this is again divine feminine energy. They're reminding you here of your power to transform and integrate with this current of energy that's supporting the forward momentum of your journey right now. That's to say there's an opportunity for accelerated manifestation here. But you need to merge and blend with these energies. You need to co-create the way forward. You need to use this change in the wind as an opportunity to carry you more swiftly to where you need to go. You know, that idea of when you're, I guess if you're trying to fly into the wind, it's challenging, right? You want to move in the right direction. So it feels like there's this current of energy that could carry you to where you need to go if you can adjust, if you can blend in with this new energy that's coming in. Because I feel like your person is, they're definitely asking you to respect space right now. They're asking you to understand that that's necessary. And I feel that you inherently do. This feels like, you know, you needing your space too, and really trying to feel into this and find your way, recognizing that you do hold this power to manifest and co-create the way forward, and that you don't need to keep looking back. This truth be told energy, you know, and I feel this is what they told you. You know, this expose, this revelation, you know, and look at this, the mask literally slipping. And this it's, I don't think it is a hawk, I think it's an owl, representation of wisdom opening up to you, you know, opening up their higher mind to you. This is 5 as well. So 14 reduces to number 5, the energy of transition, higher learning, change. Powerful change. You're being asked to co-create this change, to recognize how this foundation you've both laid, you know, has created this forward momentum which you've aligned with in your stillness, and you need to keep flowing with, being in tune with. These are very powerful energies for you, path 3. All right, let's get some of these as well. These are the Language of Light Oracle deck. This is a gift from Joy. If you haven't checked out her channel, A Journey in Light, please do. I'll put a link in the description box below. She's a fabulous reader. Nothing has gone wrong. It may feel like it because of the lack of communication, but it hasn't. Create space. Soulmating and insight. Wow. So yeah, this feels like, again, the first message that came out for you was that, you know, everything's okay. I know things seem quiet right now and you can't necessarily see what's happening, but it's all happening beneath the surface. This separation, this space is all intentional. It's a divine detour that you can trust in. Again, this is a number 7. You know, 16 reduces to 7, the energy of the Chariot. So, and the Tower as well. Something had to collapse for a new beginning to be able to be allowed to emerge, creating space for one another. So, you know, your person's higher self is really tapped in to what's needed here and really supporting you in finding out the way forward. And again, you've got this very twin flamey symbol here with nothing has gone wrong, the energy of 7, the Chariot, the energy of the Tower. Nothing has gone wrong. You're trusting that everything's moving at the exact right pace, and you do have this insight. You know, this is coming through again for you. You can trust your insights right now, and continue to create space. Your souls are coming into union. And this is another number 7 card here. 8, 3 and 8 here. Sorry, that's number 11. With creating space, but this energy of 7, the energy of divinity, the energy of divine intervention, and this just flow of energy that is working for you. You can trust it. This is really powerful. And your person knows. It's like their higher self is waking up, and I'm hearing it's beginning to align with the edges of their conscious mind. There's an opening there for sure. This person's waking up is what it feels like. Guidance before we go from their higher self. I'm going to take this over to the extended in a minute. We're going to get some oracle cards for you first though as well. Make, self-doubt, birth and change. And from charms. Right, we have got this little kind of, I don't know what this is. It's like a clock and a filofax, or I don't know what it is. Right, we've got the hourglass, the loner club. It's that energy of being on your own, creating space. We've got a rainbow. Oh. Party animal sloth. The aeroplane. And lit. So the guidance to you. For sure, we've already had this energy. Align with the stream or flow of energy that's moving you already in the right direction. Make came up, connected to that artistic flow of energy as well, that's maybe going to get you on the right track. And that's a powerful message this week. I've been feeling this creative energy. I wrote about it on my page yesterday, on my community page. Self-doubt. So the guidance here from their higher self, at this point I'm feeling anxiety. It's like an inner shake. It's an eager anticipation. It's also laced with fear, laced with doubt. They're asking you to recognize how challenging it is, again, for them to face you when they feel so exposed. Now that mirror is really, what's the word? The mirror. The mirror, they can't unknow it. They can't unsee it. It's both a gift and a really challenging energy. They're trying to face themselves and face you at the same time. So this is giving rise. I'm just feeling with this, the hourglass charm as well. This energy of shadow being transmuted into light. It feels like a lot of energy, a lot of shadow energy rushing forward for them. This self-doubt creeping in, this energy of being exposed and vulnerable. They're asking you to understand how hard this is for them, and it's just timing. Again, this energy of divine timing is coming through so strong. Trust in the divine detour, trust in this energy of solitude and creating space. It's going to be okay. You're not doing anything wrong, and you don't need to do anything new, is what they're saying as well. Nothing is wrong. Everything is okay. And you can just trust in how things are moving. And things are moving. This aeroplane, again, change. This energy of the seed and so much growth. We've got lit here, birth, this energy of new beginnings and completion. The party animal sloth, of course, is a contradiction. The sloth is a very boring, slow animal that certainly does not party. So for me, when this one comes out, this is reminding you how much fun you can have being solitary. You've got to stop seeing this time of solitude as that there's something wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's exactly how things are meant to be, and you can just relax into it and enjoy it. For some reason, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I hope it does to you, there's this energy of guilt connected to this solitude. Perhaps you, the viewer, feel, let me just feel into this. So I feel like your person's picking up on maybe you feeling guilty for your solitude, feeling guilty for your silences. Maybe I feel it's not just one of you that's being quiet. This is a mutual thing, and it makes sense because it does feel like a co-created energy that both of you are comfortable in this stillness. But this is a powerful cycle of change. Again, you know, this came up, that change in the wind, and again of flowing with that divine energy, being tuned into it and trusting in this new beginning. These are, again, super powerful energies for you, pile 3. You can just allow this to move forward. You're not doing anything wrong. I don't see that you need to adjust anything major. Just recognize when that doubt creeps in, that that's a reflection of their doubt, of the fear and the frustration and the vulnerability that they're feeling. I feel like you need to be conscious of you picking up on that. But the rainbow here is a beautiful sign of optimism. You know, everything is lit up now. The truth is being illuminated. It's time to move forward is what I'm hearing. So I really hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to move this over to the extended reading. We're going to ask a bit more about how your person's feeling, what their intentions are, what other messages are coming through from them. If you would like to join me there, you can find the link in the description box below. If not, thank you so much for joining me here. It's been a pleasure as always. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hitting the like button and thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you guys, and hopefully I will see you next time. Lots of love. Bye-bye.